Hello everyone. This afternoon during my live stream, Mary Dale Abrams from the Mary Altier and Janet, I can never pronounce your last name. Anyways, we were discussing the fact that Mary has been making what she calls illuminated borders. An illuminated border is a design that is very elegant along the edge of a book page. And I was jelly printing, and we were hollering back and forth and discussing things back and forth, and we sort of came up with a way to make illuminated borders. So I am going to do sort of a tutorial on jelly printed illuminated borders and frames. The border idea came from something that Janet commented on, and it worked so well and it's so easy that I decided we had to do a tutorial right away. So I said I would get on this evening and do a tutorial. And I am just decorating the jelly plate very much like I would if I was going to pull a print. But then what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay my pages down in a manner that overlaps so that each page has a border of the print. Now, one thing I learned was that you cannot go really far with this without it getting too dry. So just be prepared that you can't do all the way across. It just seemed like it got too dry too fast. But now as we peel this off, you will see that I have a decorated border on each of these pages. So I now have an illuminated border on my paper. Sorry, I'm trying to get them laid out so you can see them. You see? Now what that means is that we can pull a print and decorate our pages at the same time. What I'm going to do is I have some paper here that once I decorate the border, I can fold it into a book that will automatically have a decorated border. And I am just going to put some white paint down on here. And pull a ghost print from this on my paper. You do want to get your paint kind of clear out to the edge on this because we do use right out to the edge. And okay, I've got too much paint. There we go. Okay, now then. The paper wants to stick together, doesn't want to let me have it fast enough. Just don't try to do too many. And I'm not exactly sure how many is too many, but that's just the extra paint that I had. Now here's my border. You see, as I pull each piece off, there's a little border on it because you overlapped the previous print. Okay, and I have a whole set of little border prints. Let me lay them down and I'll bend one so you can see what it's going to look like. So once this dries, I can fold my paper into a signature and I have an illuminated border on my paper. I think this would work a little better if I did a brighter color print on there. The problem is I have a little bit of stuff on my plate. So let's turn the plate around and we'll just work off of this side. Let's do something brighter so that you can see. Let's just go for some red and yellow. Alrighty. Alright, let's now one more time. What we're going to do is each page that we lay down, we're going to lay it down and overlap the one we just laid down. So the next one is going to come out about an inch, 3/4 of an inch, something like that. mean, granted, you could cut the paper. But it's really fun to print directly on your book pages. Let's just take this off with this. I'm just taking off the extra paint. Now I'm going to pull my borders off. You see there? A fun illuminated border. Now stick around because I have something else I want to show you. Oops, that page just got caught. So see, now I have another group of pages that I can fold into a signature, and they will have an illuminated border. I would probably go through, and once these dry, put a border on the other side so that my book can have borders on both sides. But here's a dried one. And see, when I fold my book paper, I already have a beautiful border on one side. Now then, the other thing I wanted to show you was making a frame. And let's see about cleaning this off. I'm just going to see about getting all of the paint off of here, or at least some of it. Okay. I'm just basically pulling a sort of a waste print so that it's not a waste print, but it's a bottom layer so that I have a clean plate. Or a relatively clean plate. Jelly printing is fun no matter what you do, but now I have, I don't have the lines I was getting and that kind of thing in it. And I think I'll go back and go ahead and use the red and yellow because it shows up real well on camera. But this is what I'm going to show you now, is how to get a frame piece. And once again, you could fold this piece and have a framed section in your book. So I'm going to do a, oops, I made a mess. Sorry guys. Okay, I'm going to do a framed piece this time. And I'm going to, like I said, use the red and yellow again, simply because it shows up very well. And this time I want to make sure to get a good coverage in the middle of my plate. Okay. Okay, I've got something on my roller. Okay. And I'm going to just use the same design again, just simply because it's easy in here today. Okay. Okay. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to lay whatever we want as our inside section, the size of it, down right in the middle of our plate. And then we're going to take a page and we're going to try to center that right over that. I'm just looking for a piece of paper to use as to keep my hands from being totally filthy. And then we're just going to rub, make sure you get good contact with the plate. Now actually, because I laid this over, I'll have sort of a frame on this one too, because I laid it in the middle. But you see, I have a framed border print because I laid this piece in the middle of this piece. Now, if you needed this to be really straight, what you could do, let me get this up. Okay, see, and we have a really nice, fun little card too. Oh, this would make a cool door. You could washi tape that on your page and it would make a really neat door. Was going to suggest that if you needed it to stick right in the middle, this is not the best glue, but if you had some rubber cement, because rubber cement will come off later, you could take a little dab of rubber cement and put it into your page exactly where you wanted it. I really didn't care, so I'm just putting it in as I just laid it down as best I could. I'm going to do that one more time just so y'all can see it. Try a different color this time. I've got ickies on. There we go. Like I said, you want to make sure you get good coverage in the center of your plate because that is what you're really using. And there is paint yucky on my plate. Okay. Now we're just going to lay down my little card. I'm going to lay my sheet over it. And I want to use my couple of pages of extra paper. and another framed piece. And another great little card. So that is my little quick tutorial on making frames and illuminated borders. I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you'll go have fun. I'd love to see what you do with it. Message me. Of course, give this a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and leave a comment. And if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe to my channel. Thanks so much.